Hello and welcome to day 5 of my 30 days of helpful mental health hacks. I'm Stephanie, this is Project Glow. I usually teach all about self-love and how that interacts with trauma and rejection and relationships. But in this series, I'm concentrating on mental health because, let's face it, 2020 has been an absolute doozy when it comes to that. Today I'll be speaking about how vitamins and minerals can actually help you in preventing and also improving your mental well-being. Now, most people think that that's a surprising piece of information, that they've never heard of that, but when you ask a naturopath, a nutritionist, or a functional medicine consultant, they will tell you that it's an absolute no-brainer. Now, ideally, what you want to be doing is you want to test your levels of the major vitamins and minerals and then retest as you take the supplements, because too much is a problem in the body and too little is just as much of a problem. You've heard of deficiencies. Well, you can also overdose on certain minerals and vitamins. Not all of them, but some of them. And also, ideally, when you do supplement, you want to take the highest quality of product. In most vitamins, that will say food state or naturally made, because surprise, surprise, they can be made in a lab as well and can have quite a lot of nasty side effects. Right, I am going to race through the 10 most important ones that made the biggest difference for me. And please remember, a friend of mine said the other day, oh, I don't need to take vitamins, I eat so well. Well, I wish that was still true in 2020. Unfortunately, with our agricultural standards and practices, the soil is so depleted that it doesn't get into the plant. And even if the animal eats the plant, it doesn't get transferred to you. Also, we are completely and utterly depleted from attacks on our immune system, from detoxing all of the pollution on the outside and the creams and the potions and the lotions that we smear on us, the food that we eat. Also, you might have a depleted digestive power in terms of you can't digest your food properly. That then knocks on that you can't absorb it properly. But also you might be in a case where you find yourself having genetic mutations such as COMT or MTHFR. You can find those out by doing 23andMe DNA tests, but that's something you probably should leave to a functional medicine consultant. Right, you ready? We're going to go for the top 10 ones. And they are, I mean, not one of them is more important than the other one, but for me, I've hierarchied them in the ones that made the most difference to me. So here we go. First of all, there is magnesium. You've heard me talk about this a lot. It's now believed that we are at an epidemic magnesium deficiency. The good news about magnesium, you can get it in a supplement, you can get it in a spray, you can get it in a liquid, and you can get it in bath salts, in Epsom salt bath salts. The other amazing news is you can't overdose on this one. When you get too much in your system, you'll just get diarrhea. The one slightly tricky thing is that you have to ramp it up really slow, because if you take too much, it's a laxative and you will go to the loo straight away. So ramp it up nice and slowly, and remember that it gets used up in your body all the time. When we're stressed, it gets used up like drinking it through a straw. So make sure that if you strenuously exercise, if you use saunas, but also if you have emotional stress, which we all have right now, you need to supplement quite a lot of it all the time. Okay, I test mine, but you might test yourself just by going to the level and then cutting back. Right, next ones up are the B vitamins, especially B12 and B6. Generally, they're considered to be involved in energy production, brain function, and cell metabolism. But if you Google mental health and B vitamins, there is a lot of information out there. Vitamin D, you've heard a lot about this in recent months because it's generally considered to be connected to immunity, but it also is highly connected to depression and anxiety. So the key thing about vitamin D is always take it, D3 plus K2. I'm not going to go in this video about why it's super important that you do. Go and Google it. Don't ever take any other form. Also, the thing that you might have to know is when you take your vitamin D first, you might feel much worse. like me, because taking vitamin D, especially in large doses, grabs onto the magnesium and it shoves the magnesium in the cell, which then means that if you already have a magnesium deficiency, it can make it even worse. So, like me, you might have to first ramp up your magnesium and then add the D slowly and later. Probiotics, you've all heard about it, the gut microbiome. Mental health is hugely connected to your gut health. This made a huge difference with anxiety and sleep for me. There's lots of them out there. Go and find out, or best of all, get to a naturopath or nutritionist. Vitamin C is ascorbic acid. Most of us know it with fruits and vegetables. It's generally considered more of an immune system, skin kind of thing, but there's huge implications in terms of if you're deficient, you'll have fatigue, because it's also massively connected to your adrenal glands. So I take quite a lot of it. Essential fatty acids, you've probably heard of omega-3 and omega-6. They need to be in a proper ratio to each other. Most people get this through fish oil, but you can also get it through a vegan form. Again, huge mental health connection, brain function, also connected to Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Google your essential fatty acids. Zinc, usually again connected with immunity, but also has implications in depression, anxiety, and irritability. Amino acids, most of you will know that in terms of taking protein powders, but you can also take it in a tablet form. These are important because they are the building blocks of mainly neurochemicals and neuromodulators. Dopamine associated with tyrosine, serotonin is considered to be made by tryptophan. These are the building blocks. You do not want to be without these. Electrolytes, you probably know this from when you had diarrhea and your mom told you need to get your electrolytes. You can get it either through natural forms or in a store-bought supplemental form. I take it in liquid form again as well. It's basically all the little forgotten minerals like chromium and boron are in my one. In a normal electrolyte, you will find sodium, potassium, chloride, bicarbonate, calcium, phosphate, and magnesium. This helps hydration, which is hugely connected to mental health. I will go on about that in another video. Digestive support, and that'll be betaine or betaine HCl, which is stomach acid in a tablet, and digestive enzymes. If you cannot digest your food properly, you cannot absorb your food correctly, then the body doesn't have the building blocks, and then you don't function. And last but not least, I put a little star here, which because is the bonus one and one to be careful of: sea salt or Himalayan salt. Definitely no table salt. Table salt is sodium chloride that's been stripped of anything goodness, but sea salt, again, has huge benefits in terms of the tiny little trace minerals. And I take 1 pinch in 1 liter of water per day as I drink my water. It helps with fluid retention. It also helps get all the minerals and vitamins around your body, which is really super important. And that's all I have for you. Please make sure that you like this video. Thank you. That means the algorithm gets it under more people's noses, because we really all need a little bit of help, and you might find that somebody really benefits from that. And thank you for those of you who are talking to me and interacting with me in the comments. I deeply appreciate it. And do let me know what supplements you take and which ones have made the biggest impact on your mental health. And I will see you in the next video shortly. Take care.